I didn't mind playing the guitar because I could keep my head down and I could hide.
Yeah.
But once I started to try to sing, I was much more bashful than I ever knew. And
in the 1970s, Vince Gill became a cherished music icon, captivating audiences with his timeless sound. But now, the country music legend is facing a deeply personal tragedy that has left him reeling. Recently, Vince broke his silence, revealing heart-wrenching memories of his late brother and the strong, unbreakable bond they shared. As fans worry about the emotional toll this loss will have on Vince's life and career, we dive into the heartbreaking news that has devastated him. Join us as we explore the profound impact of this loss and how Vince Gill is finding the strength to move forward. Vince Gill, a legacy forged through music, tragedy, and triumph. Vince Gill's journey in country music has been one marked by personal loss, unparalleled musical talent, and an unyielding passion for his craft. For over 5 decades, he has delivered unforgettable hits and garnered a reputation as one of the genre's most respected artists. However, behind the glimmering success, there is a depth to Vince's story that includes immense personal tragedy and the kind of resilience that only a true artist can demonstrate. The start of Vince Gill's musical journey. Vince Gill's love for music began early, nurtured in a home where melody and rhythm were ever present. Growing up in Norman, Oklahoma, Vince was raised in a musical household where both his father, Stan, and his mother, Jareen, instilled in him a profound respect for the craft. His father, a judge by profession, was also a skilled guitarist and banjo player, while his mother sang and played harmonica. The family often gathered around the living room, sharing their love of music. This environment fueled Vince's creativity, and by the age of 5, he was already learning to play the guitar on his grandmother's instrument. His first song was Old Shep, a classic tune that would mark the beginning of a long and fruitful musical career. As a child, Vince and his older half-brother Bob would perform together, even appearing on a local radio show where they played Long Tall Texan by the Beach Boys. Their musical bond was one of the cornerstones of Vince's early life, and the two shared an understanding and passion for music that would later shape both their careers. By the time he was 8 years old, Vince had mastered his guitar, and it wasn't long before he began showing off his musical talents at school, playing songs like The House of the Rising Sun during show and tell. Over the years, Vince expanded his musical repertoire, learning to play the dobro, fiddle, banjo, mandolin, and bass guitar. His natural talent was evident, and he was quickly recognized as one of the most promising young musicians in the area. Vince's connection with music wasn't just about playing, it was a deeply personal experience, a way of expressing emotions that words alone could not capture. Tragedy strikes. The loss of Bob Cohen. In the late 1980s, Vince's life would take a devastating turn. His older half-brother Bob Cohen, who had been a constant presence in his life, tragically passed away from a heart attack at the age of 48. Bob's struggles had begun years earlier when he was involved in a horrific car accident at the age of 22. Bob had been drinking and speeding, which led to a crash that resulted in severe brain damage. The accident left Bob in a coma for several months, and although he survived, the consequences were lifelong. He suffered from memory loss and struggled with emotional and psychological scars as a result of the brain trauma. For years after the accident, Bob lived a challenging life. He would sometimes disappear, staying in shelters, and his relationship with Vince became strained. However, in the last years of Bob's life, he returned home to be closer to their mother, and the two brothers spent time together, reflecting on their shared memories and their musical connection. Vince recalled that Bob was always a cool person, fun, easygoing, and a natural companion. Their bond, though tested by Bob's struggles, remained strong through it all. Vince's grief over Bob's death was profound, as not only did he lose a brother, but he lost a friend who had shared his passion for music and had been a key figure in his formative years. This loss would later inspire some of Vince's most iconic songs, including the deeply moving "Go Rest High on That Mountain," a song that Vince began writing after the death of country singer Keith Whitley in 1989. However, it wasn't until Bob's death in 1993 that Vince finally completed the song, pouring all of his sorrow, love, and memories into its lyrics. "Go Rest High on That Mountain" would become a tribute to both his brother and the healing power of music, marking a turning point in his career. Vince Gills' rise to fame. Before his brother's death, Vince Gill had already begun to carve out his path in the music world. His journey to fame was marked by both persistence and chance. After high school, Vince's love for bluegrass music led him to form the band Mountain Smoke, which gained a local following. However, it was a pivotal moment in 1978 when he joined Pure Prairie League, a popular country rock band that would propel him into the spotlight. Pure Prairie League had just lost their lead singer, Larry Gohorn, and Vince was encouraged by a friend to audition. Vince's unique voice and musical abilities quickly made him the perfect fit, and by October 1978, he was performing with the band. His first hit with Pure Prairie League was "Let Me Love You Tonight," a chart-topping song that introduced him to a wider audience. However, Vince's time with the band was brief. In 1982, after the band's commercial decline, he left to join Rodney Crowell's backing band, the Cherry Bombs, marking a crucial shift in his career. The decision to leave Pure Prairie League proved to be a blessing in disguise. It was through his time with Crowell that Vince was introduced to Nashville's music scene and began to refine his solo sound. By 1983, Vince had signed with RCA Records and released his debut solo EP, Turn Me Loose. While the album didn't immediately achieve commercial success, it earned Vince the Academy of Country Music's Top New Male Vocalist Award and set him on the path to becoming one of the genre's most celebrated artists. The breakthrough. When I Call Your Name. Vince's big break came in 1989 when he signed with MC Nashville Records, a move that would solidify his place in the country music world. At the label, he found a mentor in Tony Brown, who became Vince's producer throughout the 1990s. Brown recognized Vince's vocal potential and encouraged him to highlight his voice in a way that hadn't been done before. Vince had always been more focused on the musical arrangements and instruments, but under Brown's guidance, he began to embrace his vocal ability as his main strength. Vince's debut album for MC Nashville, When I Call Your Name, became a breakthrough moment in his career. The album was a commercial success, earning double platinum status in the US by 1996. The title track, When I Call Your Name, became a top 10 hit and earned Vince his first Grammy Award in 1991. This success helped him gain recognition not only as a singer, but also as a gifted songwriter. The album featured several other hits, including Never Alone, which was Vince's first top 20 single, and Oklahoma Swing, a duet with Reba McEntire that helped cement Vince's place as a key player in the country music scene. The 1990s, continued success and personal triumphs. The 1990s saw Vince Gill's career soar to even greater heights. His follow-up album, Pocket Full of Gold, produced several chart-topping hits and earned him multiple Grammy nominations. He also gained recognition as a host of the CMA Awards, a role he would hold for many years. Throughout this decade, Vince's vocal range, emotional depth, and songwriting skills continued to earn him accolades, including Male Vocalist of the Year at the CMA Awards, an honor he won multiple times. In 1992, Vince released his most successful album to date, I Still Believe in You, which went quintuple platinum and produced 2 number-1 hits, the title track and Don't Let Our Love Start Slippin' Away. This album solidified Vince's reputation as one of the finest country artists of his generation. He continued to release successful albums throughout the 1990s, with collaborations that further showcased his ability to connect with fellow musicians and push the boundaries of the genre. A legacy cemented in music and heartache. Through the ups and downs of his career, Vince Gills' dedication to his craft and his ability to pour his personal experiences into his music have made him a beloved figure in country music. His songs, particularly Go Rest High on That Mountain, continue to resonate with audiences, offering solace and understanding to those facing their own struggles with loss and grief. Vince's music not only tells the story of his career, but also reflects the heartache and triumphs that have defined his life. Vince Gills' career is a testament to resilience, passion, and the healing power of music. From the early days of playing in his family's living room to his rise as one of country music's most iconic artists, Vince's journey has been one of perseverance in the face of personal tragedy. His music remains a timeless reminder of the power of love, loss, and the connections we share through song. Vince Gills' continued evolution in music, a journey of resilience and artistic mastery. Vince Gills' career spans over 4 decades in country music, and his contributions to the genre are nothing short of remarkable. From his humble beginnings in Kentucky to his rise as one of country's most respected and celebrated artists, his career is a testament to talent, perseverance, and an unwavering love for music. As the years progressed, so did Vince's sound, artistry, and personal growth. His musical journey through the 1990s and into the 21st century showcases not only his ability to evolve, but his capacity to connect deeply with listeners through heartfelt performances and innovative collaborations. The pinnacle of Vince Gills' 90s success. The 90s were a transformative decade for Vince Gill. After establishing himself as a talented country artist and securing numerous hits in the late 1980s, his career reached new heights with the release of his albums in the early part of the decade. Vince's musical output in this era became marked by a combination of personal tributes, refined production, and his deepening connection to both his country roots and his own life's experiences. One of Vince's most pivotal works from this time was I Still Believe in You, 1992, which became not only his most commercially successful album, but also one of the defining moments of his career. The title track, I Still Believe in You, became a massive hit and won Vince several prestigious awards, including 2 Grammys in 1993 for Best Country Song and Best Male Country Vocal Performance. This song resonated deeply with fans, further solidifying Vince's standing in the country music world. The album's success didn't end with I Still Believe in You. It continued with other hits, including Don't Let Our Love Start Slippin' Away and The Heart Won't Lie, the latter being a duet with Reba McEntire. Vince's ability to express emotion through his voice, paired with his heartfelt songwriting, made these songs stand out and cemented his place as one of the most skilled vocalists of his generation. In addition to the commercial triumphs of I Still Believe in You, the album earned Vince his first Song of the Year award at the Country Music Association Awards, along with Male Vocalist of the Year and Entertainer of the Year honors. These achievements served as a testament not only to Vince's vocal prowess, but also to his growing reputation as a dynamic and deeply respected artist within the country music industry. The release of When Love Finds You and the story behind Go Rest High on That Mountain. As Vince's career soared in the early 1990s, his ability to craft deeply emotional songs took center stage. One such song, Go Rest High on That Mountain, became a hallmark of his career. Originally written as a tribute to country singer Keith Whitley, who had tragically passed away in 1989, the song took on additional layers of meaning for Vince when his older half-brother, Bob Cohen, passed away in 1993. Bob Cohen's death was a profound personal loss for Vince. Bob had been in a terrible car accident when he was 22, which left him with severe brain damage and years of struggles with memory loss and mental health issues. The painful death of his brother, just a few years after the loss of Keith Whitley, intensified the emotional weight of Go Rest High on That Mountain. Written as a reflection of grief and loss, the song transcended its initial inspiration, resonating with people who had experienced their own personal tragedies. Go Rest High on That Mountain would go on to become one of Vince's most beloved songs, with its haunting melody and poignant lyrics about finding peace in the afterlife. Despite only charting at number 14 on the country charts, the song has become an anthem for remembrance, particularly among those grieving the loss of a loved one. In 2001, Rolling Stone ranked it as one of the 40 saddest country songs, further solidifying its place in the pantheon of iconic country songs. In addition to its emotional impact, Go Rest High on That Mountain garnered critical acclaim, earning Vince a Grammy for Best Country Song in 1996, as well as accolades for Best Male Vocal Performance. These honors underscored not only Vince's songwriting talent, but also his unique ability to convey raw emotion through his voice. The success of When Love Finds You helped solidify his position as one of the genre's most respected and influential artists. The Holiday Spirit, Vince Gills' Christmas album and personal touch. In 1993, Vince also explored the world of holiday music with the release of Let There Be Peace on Earth. This Christmas album was a departure from his usual style, incorporating both traditional Christmas songs and original tracks, such as One Bright Star and Till the Season Comes Around Again. The album featured contributions from several notable musicians, including Vince's daughter Jenny, as well as John Merlino, Sally Stevens, and Chris Rodriguez. The album's warm, heartfelt tone and Vince's personal involvement with his family added a layer of intimacy to the project, making it a cherished addition to the Christmas music canon. The success of Let There Be Peace on Earth showed Vince's versatility as an artist. While he had already made his mark in the country genre, the album revealed his ability to take on a broader range of musical styles and reach listeners beyond the country music world. His blend of traditional and contemporary influences resonated with fans and demonstrated his skill at connecting with people on a deeper, more personal level. Musical growth and the release of High Lonesome Sound. By the mid-1990s, Vince Gill was firmly established as a musical powerhouse. However, he wasn't content to rest on his laurels. In 1996, he released High Lonesome Sound, an album that marked a significant step in his musical evolution. The title track of the album reached number 12 on the U.S. country charts and became a staple of Vince's live performances. It was also notable for its collaboration with Alison Krauss and Union Station, blending Vince's signature country sound with bluegrass influences. High Lonesome Sound was a bold experiment for Vince, incorporating a diverse range of musical styles. While the album featured traditional country and bluegrass influences, it also explored blues, Cajun, and even rock elements, demonstrating Vince's musical flexibility and willingness to experiment. One of the standout tracks on the album, Pretty Little Adriana, was inspired by a tragic real-life event, the killing of a young girl named Adriana Dickerson outside a Nashville supermarket in 1995. Vince's ability to channel the emotional weight of this story into a moving ballad was a testament to his skill as a songwriter. Another hit from the album, Worlds Apart, earned Vince additional acclaim and won a Grammy Award for Best Country Vocal Performance. This recognition further solidified Vince's position as a master of the country genre, someone who could seamlessly blend different musical elements while maintaining a strong emotional connection to his audience. Despite his commercial and critical success, personal tragedy struck again when Vince's father passed away during this time, prompting him to take a brief hiatus from touring. However, his return to the stage and the release of The Key, 1998, demonstrated his resilience. The album featured the hit single If You Ever Have Forever in Mind, which became another chart-topping success and earned Vince another Grammy. The song was not only a commercial hit, but also a testament to Vince's ability to craft deeply emotional songs that resonate with listeners on a profound level. Romantic themes and continued success in the 2000s. In the early 2000s, Vince continued to evolve musically, embracing more personal themes and exploring new collaborations. His album, Let's Make Sure We Kiss Goodbye, 2000, featured a deeply romantic tone, including a touching duet with his wife, Amy Grant. While the album received mixed reviews, its gold certification indicated that Vince's fans were still eager to hear from him. The album's songs, full of emotional depth, highlighted Vince's ability to connect with his audience through both his voice and his songwriting. Vince's versatility and creative growth were further demonstrated by his self-produced album Next Big Thing, 2003, which showcased a more introspective side of the artist. The album's title track became Vince's last top 20 hit on the country charts, and its success marked a key moment in his career. The album's self-produced sound earned Vince another Grammy, and it highlighted his ongoing ability to innovate within the genre. Collaborations and new horizons with the Time Jumpers and other projects. In the late 2000s and early 2010, Vince sought out new musical challenges, working with different groups and collaborators to expand his creative boundaries. In 2009, he joined Steve Martin at the Grand Ole Opry, where he performed as part of Martin's band for the debut of his album, The Crow, New Songs for the Five-String Banjo. This collaboration not only showcased Vince's versatility, but also brought him into the fold of bluegrass and traditional acoustic music. In 2010, Vince became a member of the Time Jumpers, a Nashville-based bluegrass and Western swing band. This new musical partnership allowed Vince to explore more of his bluegrass roots, and the band's work together culminated in the 2012 album The Time Jumpers, which earned them a Grammy for Best American Roots Song for their track Kid Sister. Through his continued involvement with the Time Jumpers, Vince once again proved that he wasn't just a one-dimensional artist, but a true musical chameleon, capable of working across genres and with a diverse range of musicians. His contributions to the band's success were a natural extension of his broader musical career, allowing him to reach new audiences while maintaining the respect and admiration of his longtime fans. The legacy of Vince Gill in country music. Vince Gill's legacy in country music is marked by his adaptability, emotional depth, and collaborative spirit. Over the years, he has become one of the most respected figures in the industry, not only for his vocal abilities but also for his songwriting, musicianship, and impact on the broader musical landscape. His work with artists such as Emmylou Harris, Alison Krauss, Rodney Crowell, and Steve Martin has allowed him to reach new creative heights, while his solo projects have continued to resonate with fans who appreciate the honesty and vulnerability in his music. As an artist, Vince Gill's ability to evolve while maintaining his core identity as a country artist has allowed him to remain relevant through the decades. Whether it's through personal tributes, collaborations, or embracing new musical styles, Vince's legacy is one of growth, resilience, and an enduring love for the craft of making music. His contributions to country, bluegrass, and beyond ensure that he will always be remembered as one of the greats of his generation.